that very soon we will all see the building of the third temple in Jerusalem.
The table of showbread is ready. The menorah is ready. All of the golden pieces are ready. The third temple is ready.
Our job to bring and to build the third temple.
They're also planning to slaughter 5 red cows. That paves the way for the building of the third temple, replacing the Dome of the Rock.
In the heart of Israel, something remarkable is unfolding, something that many believe is tied directly to ancient prophecy and the long-awaited rebuilding of the third temple in Jerusalem. It has to do with a rare animal, one that is mentioned in the Bible, and one that holds a special role in Israel's spiritual history, the red heifer. In recent years, preparations have quietly continued for what some see as a future moment of prophetic fulfillment. But now, in a significant update, things have taken a major step forward. The red heifers brought to Israel are nearing the age required for sacrifice, and this could mark the beginning of a new chapter in the fulfillment of biblical prophecy. Before we go any further, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can stay updated on the latest discoveries and prophetic events unfolding in Israel and around the world. Now, let's walk through what's happening in Israel, what the red heifer truly means, and why many believe this is a direct sign pointing to the building of the third temple. In the book of Numbers, chapter 19, we read about a very unique sacrifice. God commanded the children of Israel to find a red heifer without blemish, one that had never been yoked, and to use its ashes in a special purification ceremony. Speak unto the children of Israel that they bring thee a red heifer without spot, wherein is no blemish, and upon which never came yoke. Numbers, chapter 19, verse 2. This red heifer was to be burned outside the camp, and its ashes were to be mixed with water for purification. This water would then be used to cleanse those who had come into contact with death, making them ceremonially clean again. Without the ashes of a red heifer, the priest could not be purified, and according to traditional Jewish law, the temple services cannot begin without that purification. This is why the red heifer is so important. For the temple to be rebuilt, and for sacrifices to resume, there must first be a red heifer that meets all the biblical requirements. For thousands of years, no red heifer has been found that meets the exact standards outlined in the Bible. The animal must be completely red, without even 2 non-red hairs. It must never have been used for work or burden, and it must be without blemish. But now, for the first time in modern history, multiple red heifers that meet these requirements have been brought to Israel. In September of 2022, 5 young red heifers were flown into Israel from a ranch in Texas. They were raised under strict supervision to ensure they remain qualified under biblical law. Now, in 2025, these heifers are approaching the age of 3 years, the minimum age required before a red heifer can be offered. If at least one of them remains eligible by that time, it could be the first red heifer in 2,000 years to be sacrificed for purification purposes. This is why many see this as a prophetic moment. It's not just about one animal, it's about what it represents: the purification of the priesthood, the resuming of biblical worship, and ultimately the construction of the long-anticipated Third Temple in Jerusalem. The Temple Institute in Jerusalem has been working for decades to prepare everything necessary for the rebuilding of the temple. They have created priestly garments, golden vessels, musical instruments, and even a model of the temple itself. But none of it can be used until the priests are purified, and that can only happen with the ashes of a red heifer. With the arrival of these red heifers, the Temple Institute has renewed its efforts. Priests from the tribe of Levi have been trained, altars have been constructed, blueprints for the third temple have been drawn, and now the final piece may be in place: the red heifer that can restore purity and allow the services to begin. This brings to life the words of the prophet Ezekiel, who spoke of a future temple in great detail. In visions of God, he took me to the land of Israel and set me on a very high mountain. And behold, there was a structure like a city on the south. Ezekiel chapter 40, verse 2. Some scholars believe Ezekiel's vision is a prophecy of the third temple, a sanctuary that will stand in the last days. The red heifer is not just a symbol, it is a real, living part of what many believe is the fulfillment of end-time prophecy. Jesus himself spoke of a time when the temple would once again become the center of attention. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Matthew chapter 24 verse 15. This verse suggests that there will be a holy place again in the future, a place that must be rebuilt. For that to happen, the red heifer plays a crucial role. What we're witnessing today may not be the fulfillment just yet, but it is undoubtedly a step closer. These red heifers are not just part of a religious tradition. They are part of a prophetic timeline that stretches from ancient times to the return of the Messiah. This moment isn't filled with chaos or violence. It is peaceful, quiet, and sacred. The red heifers are being raised in a protected area with no spotlight, no politics, and no ceremonies yet. But their presence is stirring hearts across Israel and around the world. Many are watching and waiting, praying that this next step will be fulfilled. If even one of these red heifers is declared acceptable, the purification ceremony can be held, and that will open the door for temple worship to begin once again. This could be one of the greatest moments in prophetic history since the rebirth of Israel in 1948 or the regaining of Jerusalem in 1967. According to the Temple Institute, the heifers are being closely monitored. They must remain unblemished and pure until they reach 3 years old. Once they do, they will be examined again by trained rabbis. If they pass inspection, a location outside the Temple Mount will be chosen for the ceremony. Special priests, descendants of Aaron, will prepare themselves for the ritual. And then, for the first time in over 2,000 years, the biblical command of Numbers 19 could be fulfilled. From there, the purified priests could begin preparing for the temple services. This would also send a powerful message to the Jewish people and to the world. The time of restoration is near. For Christians, the red heifer reminds us of something greater, our ultimate purification through Jesus Christ. Hebrews chapter 9 speaks directly of the red heifer and what it symbolizes. For if the blood of bulls and of goats and the ashes of a heifer, sprinkling the unclean, sanctifieth to the purifying of the flesh, how much more shall the blood of Christ purge your conscience from dead works to serve the living God? Hebrews chapter 9 verse 13 to 14. The red heifer points forward to the perfect sacrifice of Jesus. While the red heifer cleansed the outside, Jesus cleanses the heart. While the red heifer had to be without blemish, Jesus was the lamb without sin. So as we watch these events unfold, we are reminded not only of prophecy, but of grace. We are reminded that we live in a time where God's plan is moving forward and the return of the King is nearer than ever before. The red heifers in Israel are not just animals, they are signs, quiet, humble signs of a greater purpose. Whether or not the third temple is built in our lifetime, what we are seeing is undeniable. God's word is true, and His promises are being fulfilled. As we wait and watch, let us keep our hearts ready. Let us stay in prayer, and let us remember the words of Jesus. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. Matthew chapter 24, verse 42. Thank you for watching, and remember, if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the perfect time. We'll continue sharing updates about prophecy, archaeology, and biblical history as it unfolds in our time. May the Lord bless you and keep you as we look toward the future with hope, peace, and faith.